10th of January today. We're not metal detecting today, we're going to do something different. We're going to do some eyes only searching for some flints. I'm up on the downland here, just outside Rawton, and there's a lot of flint appearing in this field. And today hopefully I'll find you a few bits and go from there. Just bear with me and I'll just have a quick look around the site for you. You can see the area we're interested in this afternoon is a very large, at least, well, it's about 30-acre field. Still, as you can see, a little bit flooded from all the rain we've had recently. In this area here, the field's a bit darker. It's very difficult to see on the video, but over by just before we get to that tree over there in the distance, there's a real dark patch. It looks like there's a bit of burning been going on. Say it probably wouldn't show up on the video camera, but in this area here, as you can see, the downland is in the distance, literally about half a mile away. On this flat field, looks like there's been a lot of flint working in prehistoric, not as far as Bronze Age, but there's certainly Neolithic and early Neolithic stonework on here. And this afternoon, hopefully we'll get to show you some. So if we keep our fingers crossed, we'll have some nice flints to show you. I'll put my close-up lens on, and we'll go from there. Catch you shortly. Field being so flooded, very easy to spot flint. We've had so much rain in December. I found this piece here, just literally washed out from the mud. That looks like a piece of work flint. Completely washed clean by the rainlet. It's like a blade of some description. The other day, I found an arrowhead on here, so I'm not telling you no lies. The flint on here does appear to be Neolithic in date, and certainly that piece there, well, looks like it's got a bit of an edge on it. We'll have to take it back because I'll have to wash it, and you know, I haven't got my reading glasses on, so it's very difficult to see if it's got a nibbled edge or a worked edge. And good start. Been here half an hour, and I've got a couple of bits already, so we'll have a little look further by the hedge. Right in the boggy part of the field here, I just picked up another flint along near that burnt area, funny enough, but not sure whether that's related in any way to the thing. But you can see it's pretty it's pretty boggy down here, having a job to walk, but I haven't been down here before. I found a couple of dozen flints so far on this field in about a couple of weeks, and even that looks worked. Of course, I can wash that one off, look. Oops, I lost it. There it is. Not sure. It does look pretty, very much like a core or maybe a scraper again, so I'll have to take that one back and give it a wash in. That's about the 26th piece of flint I found on here now, and some of them are quite interesting. So far I haven't found anything dramatic this afternoon, like maybe an arrowhead, but I've got something that looks like a point and a blade. Just let me get it out of my pocket and show it to you. My close-up lens on. Whilst I'm at this puddle and I'm sinking down, I shall got my close-up. Whilst I got my close-up on, I'm going to wash this piece off. This looks really. It can't be anything else but a worked piece of flint. It's got like a. Say, without my reading glasses on, even without my reading glasses on, that looks like a blade. It's got like a worked edge there. Let me see if I can zoom in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to stand up and get in the light a bit more. See if I can zoom in. Yeah, that's definitely a blade. As I say, it's very difficult to get it exactly in focus without your reading glasses, and the light does kind of blind the screen a little bit, so there's always a bit of a chip in the blade on there, but look how well that's been worked. That's 5 bits of flint so far in an hour, so I'm going to do a little bit of detecting whilst I'm out here, and let me just take the lens off. As you can see, very mild for the time of year. That burnt area is just by that tree. Now, whether that could be maybe signs of a camp on here or something, is needs somebody with a little bit more expertise to come out here than me, really. But I'm picking up. I'm no expert, and I'm picking up flints out here like it's no tomorrow. Really, I'm a bit reluctant to pick them all up because you know, they might want to leave something for other people to find, not just chuck it in a drawer. It needs to be. I'll take them to the FLO and record them, and she'll either laugh at them or she'll confirm that they're of some great age. But there you are. There's a few flints for you this afternoon. And when we get back, I'm going to show you in greater detail over the last few weeks the others I've found, and I think you'll find that some of them are definitely, you know, definitely prehistoric, early Neolithic to mid Neolithic. So it could be this site could be older than Stonehenge. So when we get back home, we'll give them a proper washing in warm soapy water, and amongst all the others, we'll have an assessment. And as you can see, it makes a change from metal detecting anyway. It's actually quite interesting to come up here and on the downs when it's not raining, because every time I come up here in the past, as you can see, it's just had constant bloody rain. It's been mild, but marvellous to come up here for a walk. You know, there's you're not a few miles from Swindon. You don't see a soul out here, and there's so much history to be discovered. So I'll get back home and we'll have a closer look. Thank you. On the downs, over the last few weeks, we've managed to find some nice bits of flint. As you can see, this is one of the early pieces I found. Would be a cutting blade of some description. It's got like a nice worked out edges there, both sides, and plus into a point as well, so it would have functioned as maybe a bore and a cutting edge, but very nice all the same. And yesterday we managed to recover this blade, which is very well. It's been finely knapped on the edge there, as you can probably see, and on the back there it's got a bit of a point that's been worked as well, which presumably again is a bit of a multi-tool, which possibly would date 2000 BC, round about that era, I should think. Very nice little find. And this little really nice piece of flint is a bit of a borer plus a scraper, because it's got, as you can see, it's got some really vicious points on there, both sides, which have been both finely knapped, and so it's virtually razor sharp along that edge, and possibly again a multi-tool, so probably would date this to mid to late Neolithic. Very nice, very nice, quite easy to spot. Something which is a little less harder to see is this point. So as you can see, on a little bit of working on one edge there to create the blade, and so it looks even like there's even vestiges of a tang on that one. If you want something a little bit more convincing, perhaps for a arrowhead, there's this one. As you can see, this is unmistakably an arrowhead of possibly early Bronze Age, late Neolithic, because you can see it's still got its surviving tang, one of his lobes, and it's been finely worked on both edges. You can see it's got a little bit of flint mapping marks on there. Look. Very nice, all the same. As you can see, it shows it even more clearly there. Look. Beautiful little find. Many people don't get to find these, but say I've had 2 or 3 off the same field, and this looks a bit like an arrowhead as well. It's got some real beautiful working on the edges there, some sort of fine and coarse snapping into a sharp point, and on the back it's nicely rounded. Again, I would suggest it's probably a bore more than anything, but it's really been, extensively worked, as you can see. Beautiful little find. This one here, this is definitely a boring tool. This would probably somewhere around about 4000 BC perhaps. I've seen these in textbooks. As you can see, there's the nibbling along the edge there. I've seen them in the textbooks at about 4000 BC, so the site out there could have been used over a long period in the prehistoric era. And you see on that one's got like a vicious little point on it as well on the end, so again they didn't seem to waste the flint. Flint scraper, a beautiful little find there. Got workings on again, some fine detail on the look, all the way around. Beautifully worked and honey, kind of a honey texture to it. And on the back, it's got that little bit of a dip there. It makes it really comfortable to hold. Fantastic little find. Finally, just as I was packing up the other day, as the sun was going down, I managed to retrieve this little beauty. It could be a hand axe in the process of either being made or possibly seen a lot of use, but I suppose probably about two inches across there, or roughly 2 inches by 3 inches. It could be a small hand axe, or it could be indeed it could be just a scraper, but fantastic little find. I mean, it's got, you turn it around and that's how I found it. So, not so much giving its presence away, but I thought, well, it stood out in the field, and see, it's been beautifully worked. More so on one edge, so I suppose you could argue that probably a lot of people would argue that it's a bit of a scraper more than anything else, but it's a beauty. It's as I say, it does fit into the palm of your hand, and it does look like it could have doubled as a small hand axe. But it's beautifully been napped, and can't say what the period is. I think they're pretty rare at this size. If it's not a hand axe, it's going to be probably 2500 BC. It's a remarkable little find. Well, it makes you wonder how much more is there to be found, but these blades and that are shame that wasn't in better condition, but it was it's been worked on one end there and been chipped, but again, it's like a knife. It's like a razor almost. The point on one end, it's survived reasonably intact in the field, which I'm glad. I'm glad it was a pasture field up till recently, but about a week ago I found this stone in the field. I mean, stones are quite rare in the field, but this looks like it's definitely something. It's either a grindstone or it's something used for napping flints, because it like a little hammerstone, because it's got like the little points on there, reasonably sharp, and I would say it's almost like a hand axe in itself. But I think on that edge there, it looks like it's been used as a grindstone, and or it could have been a multi-tool of some description. But it does look like it's certainly been crafted in the prehistoric times, and remains to be seen what else is there to be found. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and very shortly we'll endeavour to find some more for you. Until then, thank you very much.